The Illuminati has no power because the darkness has no power. They don't illuminate anything. So stop referring to them as a source of illumination. That's the great deception. The cabal, all these names they go by, they don't have any power. Ask me how I know. Because if they had any power, they wouldn't have to hide their child sex trafficking activities on the ground. Let me say that again. If they had any power, if they were really in control of the full system, which they're not, they wouldn't have to hide their child sex trafficking activities underground, behind closed doors, in caves, and all of these underground esoteric societies that they got running. They wouldn't have to hide all their demonic activities in the woods, because that's where they have their demonic covens. Underground caverns, in these houses that they own, these mansions on large properties. They do these things in the woods at night, and that's how much power they have. That's why you see now all of the famous names are going to start to get bagged for this child trafficking activities they've been doing for decades. So you got to stop thinking they have any power. They don't have power, and they never did. The only power that they have is the illusion of power that you give them, that these are existential threats. They don't have any power, because if they did have power, they wouldn't have to hide this stuff. That's why they're slowly trying to acclimate you to Satanism and pedophilia. If you haven't figured out why they're trying to manipulate society into accepting this and embracing these things as normal. You understand? This is a part of their agenda. This is where you get all of these agendas coming from, to divide and conquer. And I've been encouraged by my angels to convey this message. I don't like talking about topics like this anymore, because I used to do it a long time ago on my Facebook page, and it just was ridiculous. Nobody listened to me. And now look at all this stuff happening. But stop referring to them as the powers that be. They have no power at all. You know, all of these school shootings, they're all behind that stuff. They get these 16-year-old kids that are brainwashed. They give them $80,000 worth of guns and ammunition to go shoot up everybody. Those poor victims. My heart goes out to them and their families for being casualties of this disgusting agenda they've got going, because they want to take away guns from the Americans. Because if America is disarmed, this whole world goes down. Look at the paradigm of Cuba. I've already made a video about this. When Castro invaded that government, the first thing he did, he forced the Cuban citizens to register all of their weapons. And as soon as they did that, he sent all of his henchmen door to door to take those guns away from the Cuban citizens. And look where they are now, 75 years later. Still in the throes of communism, with no sense of reprieve in sight. They're locked in the 1950s, man. It's like a time capsule down there. Look at North Korea. Look at China. Total, complete power that those governments have over the people. Absolute total power. Look at Australia. They surrendered their guns back to the government in the 90s when the government bought their guns from them. Now look where they are. Wishing that they never did that. Okay? It's all deception. You got to stop giving this evil entity any kind of semblance of power, because it doesn't have any. It's all fear and tactics, paranoia, propaganda, psychological warfare. It's the same old thing they run on you. There is no Illuminati. They don't illuminate anything, because it's pure evil. They want you to think that they're power and that they're all this presence, but they have nothing. What do they offer you? Look on the news. That's the extent of their games. It's these political nonsense now. You got the same puppets showing up again that they did 4 years ago. It's the same stuff. This guy's coming in saying, I'll save America. I'll get back your American dream. This is the guy who signed this country over to FEMA. If you don't believe me, go look at the newsreels from 4 years ago, how he signed this country over to FEMA. FEMA has unlimited power. Okay? FEMA is still in control of this country. He signed this country over to FEMA. And he was also the one with the Operation Warp Speed to pump that garbage into your body. How many millions of people around the world have died from that stuff? They're not going to tell you about that. You know, folks, you need to really wise up and rise up. Wake up before it's too late. But stop referring to these evil demons as any kind of power. Because that's why they're all getting busted by the feds now. And you're going to watch a lot of them fall. You know, you'd be surprised who's on that list of that orgy island of that guy. They're all on it. Celebrities, rock stars, movie stars, or all of them. Luminaries, dignitaries, or royalty. They're all in on that stuff, man. All of them, even the most innocent celebrities you think are so dainty and so motherly like, and all, she's so wholesome. Nah, they had to do things to get that fame. Horrible things, unspeakable things, ungodly things. So stop referring to the evil as power, because the darkness has no power at all.